Good evening, everybody. I know this is usually the time of night that old Timmy Boy here likes to do his beer with the Bears, but I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I got to come back once again, the clown of your nightmares, old Trusty McGee here, and I'm going to be sampling some things for this season. He's been doing these holiday beers, the 12 beers of Christmas he calls it, but I think I'm going to interrupt and just do my own take on some things. Because Trusty's whistle's been a little dry, and I think it's time that we wet it a bit. Don't you? And little does he know that I took two of his favorite buddies right here, old Captain Orange and Mr. Coffee here. They might look a little terrified, but they'll be all right, folks. I have special plans for them later. But for the next few reviews, they'll be joining me willingly or unwillingly through our little boozy journey. So to start off, we're going to dabble in one of Brooklyn Seasonal's beers called Brooklyn Winter Lager. Little known fact about Tim, I don't know if you know this, but Brooklyn happens to be one of his favorite breweries. Just being a New Yorker at heart, I guess that's what he's into. But yeah, we have it right here, folks. As you know, a lot of breweries around this time that don't often put out, a large variety of beers. They all like to put out their little winter lager. They all kind of have a similar taste to me. They're all mostly on the darker side. You're not going to find too many citrus tasting winter beers. That'd be kind of strange. But yeah, we're going to get right into this one. I'm going to crack it on open. I can already tell it's got a kind of a amber lager look to it. I'm going to pour it out so you folks can see it. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yes, look at that. Now, for those of you who happen to be fans of, I guess, darker beers, I would imagine that this time is perfect for most of you guys because that seems to be the main theme of the beers that come out. They all have darker, heavier taste to them. To go along with all those other carbs you're probably stuffing your faces with all the pie and the ham and whatnot. But if you need something to wash it down, beer is always a good way to go. So I like the color of it. If I didn't know any better, at first glance, I would think that this is a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi. That's really what it looks like. It doesn't really look too much like your average beer at all. It has much more of a cola hue to it. But you go into this thinking that you're going to crack open a smile. You might be sipping on a frown, little to your knowledge. But there's no way that a smell like that could ever take joy out of my psyche. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a sip here. That is one heavy lager right there. It has a real coffee taste to it, which you don't usually expect out of a lager whatsoever. It resembles more of like a cross between a lager, a dark lager, an amber lager, and a stout is the best way I would describe this one. A stouty amber lager. And if that's your sort of thing, if you're like, I want to get into lagers, but they're always too light, they don't have enough flavor for me, Brooklyn Winter Lager is the way to go. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely finish this one off camera. I would give this a 3.2. It's nothing to go too crazy about, but if you just need a nice beer on a cold night, this is definitely something you could throw back. Maybe 3 of them. We're not have to worry about too many consequences and repercussions. I believe that this is 5.6% alcohol. So probably your average lager, about along those lines. As you know, Brooklyn lager, Brooklyn comes out of Brooklyn, New York, if you didn't know that, if you couldn't already tell that. But yeah, per usual, where we get most of these beers from is Providence Wine and Spirits. And yeah, if you want to check it out, if you want to kind of shy away from the heavier porters and the heavier stouts, this is definitely more of on not so heavy side, but I would definitely suggest it if you're into lagers and into stouts. It's definitely a good go-between. And yeah, we're going to move on to the next one in a few minutes, folks. Just give us time to finish this one, and we're going to see you in a little bit. Ciao.